Hi, this is Judy from Fox Cities Quilt Company, and this is Sunday from the Sewing Room. So this week I want to continue with what we were talking about last week, which is scrap busting and stash busting. So last week I showed you what I did with a whole bunch of strips that I had left over from some red, white, and blue fabrics that I had. And then I also want to talk to you about the same fabric that I have, except that I had like 1/3 yards of a whole bunch of different red, white, and blue fabrics. And I decided I wanted to make something that was fast, used up those that stash. And a stash buster is anything that I consider that you have a half a yard or less. So I had a whole bunch of 1/3 yards left over from a quilt I did in the red, white, and blues. And these are those fabrics right here. And so what I wanted to do was make something quick, easy, and use up that stash. So what I decided to do was take this really large ruler that I have, and this is the Missouri Star Quilt Company large tumbler template. Now, they tell you you can use this with 10-inch squares, but why not use it with 1/3 yard cuts? You're still going to get the same effect, and you're going to get a lot of great blocks with this, and you're going to be able to orient them any way you want, and I'm going to show you how we did that. So Mary at the shop was kind enough to do this for me, and she just cut up all of these 1/3 yards with this tumbler template, and in all of these different fabrics. So I have all of these right here. And so I've decided what I would like to do with them is I want to make a picnic quilt. So a square quilt. I like the red, white, and blue. It feels patriotic and summery to me, so that's what I'm going to do with it. So here's what you can do with those 1/3 yards. What we did was we cut them into, we ended up getting 4 per 1/3 yard, so we got 4 tumblers from 1/3 yard. And as you can see, if you don't have a directional fabric, all you have to do is orient them and turn them so that they just make a simple straight line. So for this particular quilt, and then the next row, you would start here and then go this way. Let me show you this one. So so you're going to go skinny, skinny, wide, wide, skinny, skinny, and however big that you want this quilt to be. Let me toss this one in here. So if I want this quilt to be a square quilt, I will measure an equal number over. So in this particular instance, I think that I will make this quilt 7 by 7. And then you have this weird edge here that goes in and out. All you have to do is take your tumbler, and this one actually has the line for the center, and you can just put this right down the center. So you can move this way and put it right down the center, and you can cut that right into, or like this, and that will fit really nicely and make you a nice straight line for the edge. So that's really as simple as it gets. This is a really, really good stash buster. So the other thing that you can do with this is you could make a table topper. Make it simple, make it small. If you wanted to, you could cut each of these in half and make half of one fabric and half of another so that it would look like this. And you could do that and switch them around so that they still made a nice quilt. That would be really pretty. And then the other thing that I did with this is with a nice large print, I made this quilt, which ended up being a twin size quilt. And as you can see, this is 7 blocks across by 8 blocks down. And I just used the white, and I cut the tumblers in half to make the border. So it looks like a nice kind of a scallopy kind of border. So this is a really good stash buster tool. the Missouri Star Quilt Company tumbler template. I highly recommend it for a big project with big prints or scrap or stash busting, and it makes a quilt super fast. You can have one put together in an afternoon. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you at the shop. Bye-bye.